All right, now let's get into a little bit of forecasting. Um, so oh man, like I feel like I'm just kind of forcing a bullish narrative, but I think we've hit a really great kind of support spot for a couple reasons. We finally tagged the buy signal, untested entire time. We finally tagged that, got a nice push off and huge volume right there. So I don't know. I think that we might come a little further, but I think that's a pretty good sign that we might continue. I don't look at the VIX much, but oh my gosh, I didn't know the VIX was climbing, so it's not that crazy. Um, look at the 1 minute. The 5 is closing in on the 20. When the 5, the yellow, crosses the 20, that's like a signal to me for what I think is likely a sustained move. So there's that. Um, but it's not there, obviously. I don't think the 5 crossing the 10 or the 5 crossing the 50 is that big of a deal. So we got this big flusher today. Honestly, that probably has follow through or at least hesitation. Maybe like just some chop in general. So I gotta remember that could easily kind of mess around with people if it wants to. Um, and then I look at the weekday and 4 hour. I mean, it's just a huge red daily candle that it probably has follow through, right? Um, or maybe just reverses if we can't even get below the low of it. Um, we got the 4 hours down, daily's down, the weekly's down. So I don't know. I really don't want to force a bullish narrative because we could easily continue the bearishness. I mean, we hit this weekly VWAP. Now we're getting rejection off of it. Right on the Monday. I've heard someone say that bearish Mondays are bullish weeks, but we'll see about that. I'm not gonna trade on that. Um, yeah, I mean, if we gap down or something, I'll look for a bit of follow through probably. But I'm really gonna have to see where the max are at the time. But I think it's either I think it's in a really kind of a tough spot because as soon as this started happening, this was a good call that the crazy that the bull stampede was over. Um, but now that it's gone this far, it's like is it reversing into a serious correction, or are we getting to the point where we're going to see some basing? So that's going to be the big thing, right? We're going to have to see some basing, probably some small candles, stuff like that, in order to not just get follow through. I mean, we could have like an inside bar green day or something like that for sure. But I think at this point, it's like, am I too late to accepting this, right? Or is that just the reality of what's going on now? But we're gonna see tomorrow based on the MACDs. See what anchors we got. Um, yeah, I mean for sure a low a day. I mean a high a day anchor is in order. Oh, that is my risk reward tool. For sure, a high day anchor is in order. This would probably get some resistance. So there's that, and might as well put it all up there. What does it even matter? They're probably the same thing. Yeah, basically the same thing. Um, and if we gap under this lower day, look for a back test there. So that's really all I got going into this at the moment. I mean, I see 15 MACDs, sloped up, but anything could change um, overnight. So we're gonna have to see. But yeah, I don't know. I think the big question to me is, am I too late for the bearishness, or are we going to see follow through? That's what I'm wondering. But we're going to find out. I'll look at the max tomorrow. I mean, we've got pretty bearishness, but I don't want to be the guy then shorting the bull run. We'll see. Everything looks pretty bearish. I imagine we'll get some follow through, but I mean, we're probably right around the 50% of this move, so maybe we get at least to there. Let's see what happens from there. All right.